I recently got a pen for my tablet, and after testing it out by editing a few photos on the tablet, I absolutely fell in love with it. But that's not what this video is about. See, after the enjoyment that I got out of using that, I wanted to replicate that on my PC. So I went out once more and I got a drawing tablet, the Wacom One. And I've never been this conflicted about a piece of tech. Let's talk. First, let me start off by saying that this video is not sponsored by Wacom or Wacom. And well, that's about it actually. If you do end up liking the video, consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks! Now this is not a review. I haven't spent nearly enough time with the Wacom One to give and to have a proper opinion. So consider this more of a first impressions kind of an analysis, if you will. So as I said before, I got the tablet for photo editing. I'm not an artist in any way, so I can't really comment on the drawing aspects of it. And my purpose for the tablet was to help me improve my workflow in my photo editing, seeing as I had just discovered how enjoyable using a pen for that purpose can be. First unboxing was a pleasant surprise. After unpacking everything, what you get is this little thin tab that feels way more premium than what I expected for the price. The layout is extremely simple. On the other short end you have a micro USB port so you can connect it to your PC, and on the other you have a surprisingly sturdy little loop where you can store your pen. Other than that, in the box you got the micro USB cable, some extra tips, and a tip removal tool. So all in all, for the price, nothing really to complain about. It's simple, it's effective, there's no complaints here. To use the tab, you simply plug it into your PC via the micro USB cable, and the pen itself doesn't require any batteries at all since it uses magnets. How does it work? Magic. Magnets are awesome. And the pen is also pressure sensitive, so I mean, if you have something to use that for, you can. Accuracy, I can't comment on that. All in all, it's a really great piece of gear that way exceeded my expectations for it, considering the price is less than 50 euros. Or dollars, for that matter. So that was all good. But when I started using it, oh boy. So when you plug it in, Windows will automatically recognize it as your mouse. So hovering the pen over the tablet will move your cursor relative to the screen that you have. Simply clicking on the tab is your left click, the bottom button is the right click, and the top button is your scroll. This is all by default and they can all be changed in the software. The buttons can do pretty much anything. But another way you can achieve a right click is by pressing the tab and holding. So wait a minute, how do you drag something then? Exactly. Consider my initial reaction when I opened my photo editing software and wanted to drag a slider. And I just simply couldn't, because it was constantly taking the input as a, wait, so you want to hold? No. So that led me to troubleshooting, and I spent a good time on that to find out that you actually need to disable that function in 2 different places. Not just the Wacom software, you also need to go to Windows Ink and disable it there. Fantastic. Disable that, go back, sliders still don't work. Okay, what is the problem now? Well, see, Microsoft made Windows Ink. Need I say more? It's terrible and it shouldn't be used. So the first thing everyone tells you to do is go and disable Windows Ink. Cool. I go do that, and after a bunch of troubleshooting, I have now disabled that, and lo and behold, dragging works. It works just fine. All it All it took was removing Microsoft's way of handling pen input. Okay, disable that, and now I get to try it out. Clicks are clicking, drags are dragging, and images are starting to get edited. However, after the first hour, I absolutely hated it. I understand completely why it's made to feel like paper, like there's resistance to your dragging, but to me, this doesn't look like paper. This doesn't feel like paper. It just feels like I'm scratching a piece of tech with plastic, and I can't stand that. What I wanted it to feel like was like my pen is just gliding from edge to edge, like it's on glass, like it was on my tablet. Instead, what I got was it feeling like I have a nail on a chalkboard and I'm dragging that around. It was horrible. The first impressions were terrible. So the next day I tried something else. I tried some light affinity photo and noticed that the pressure sensitivity thing wasn't really working either. I mean, it works every now and then. It works okay, but it doesn't really, it's inconsistent at best. So I asked my partner to see if she agrees, if she notices the difference either. She's much more of an artist than I am, and she said that it doesn't feel good either. She likes the feel of the paper thing, but the pressure sensitivity and drawing on it just didn't feel great. I was completely sure at this point that I would be returning it as soon as I returned to work. However, now after a few days, I started to get more and more used to it, and now I actually do prefer it over using the mouse. But I still hate how the paper feels, and I just don't feel like the pen is designed too well. I can't find a natural way of holding it. So after these few days, I just don't know. I am extremely conflicted. I like it and I hate it at the same time. What do you guys think? Have you used a drawing tablet for some photo editing, or have you used one in general? Let me know in the comments below. What did you think? What was your first experience like? Did you like the paper feel? Also, if you've made it this far, do me a favor and like the video. You are this far. Alright, I'm going to go back and I'm going to keep testing the tablet to see if I actually like it or not. Once I come to a conclusion, I will let you guys know. Alright? That's all for me this time. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you all next time. Okay? Right. Bye.